Welcome to 5.3, where we're going to talk more about decimals and fractions and pretty much comparing them and adding them. So first off, let's say we have 7 over 5 and we want to write this as a decimal. To do that, we just divide 5 into 7 and put our points here when we need to and add zeros. So 5 will go into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the 0. 5 will go into 20 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. That gets 0. So our answer here will be 1.4. Notice that the numerator was bigger than the denominator, and the answer had a number before the decimal. That will be the case. When the numerator is smaller, then you're going to have 0 point something or just point something. So I'll do another one like this. 9 over 8. So it's 8 goes into 9. I'm going to put a few zeros here. 8 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. We get 1. 8 will go into 10 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. We get 2. Bring down the 0. 8 will go into 20 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract and get a 4. Bring down the 0. 8 will go into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. And we get 0 remainder. So our answer is 1.125. Next I'll do one like 3 over 5 where the numerator is smaller. So we have 5 into 3.0. 5 won't go into 3, but it will go into 30 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. 0 remaining. So the answer here is 0.6. Next, we're going to add a fraction and a decimal. So let's say we have 1/4 plus 0.7. The easy way to do this, or the way you need to do this, is turn the decimal into a fraction. So this is 1 over 4 plus, if you remember from the section 1, it's 7 over. There's only one digit past the decimal, so it's 7 over 10. So now we have 1 over 4 plus 7 over 10. Let me go back to what we did before by finding a common denominator. And here, I'm just going to find a common denominator. Even though 20 is the least common denominator, what I'm going to do is multiply this one by 10 over 10. Let me change the color. And this one by 4 over 4. So all I did was I used this denominator to multiply over itself times this fraction, and then this denominator for this fraction, multiplying by factors of 1, because 10 over 10 is 1 and 4 over 4 is 1. So now we have 10 times 1 is 10 over 10 times 4 is 40, plus 7 times 4 is 28. 10 times 4 is 40. So I have common denominators. I can now add the numerators. 10 plus 28 is 38 over 40. And now I need to simplify. I can divide both of these by 2 and get 19 over 20. Now if I had used the least common denominator, I wouldn't have had to simplify because I would have just had the answer. But I wanted to show you that you can use something that's not just the least common denominator, just a common denominator. So that being said, let's say we have 7 over 8 plus 0.6. So again, there's only one decimal point, or one digit past the decimal point, so it's going to be 6 over 10. So I have 7 over 8 plus 6 over 10. This time I am going to use the least common denominator, which is 40. And 8 will go into 40 5 times. So I'm going to say 5 over 5. And 10 will go into 40 4 times, so 4 over 4. When I do that, I'm going to have 35 over 40 plus 24 over 40. Add these together, and I'm going to get 59 over 40. And we can just leave it as an improper fraction for this assignment. So 59 over 40 would be the right answer. Next, we're going to compare numbers. So say we have 7 over 12 and 0.581. So just like we did before, we're going to turn the 7 over 12 into a decimal. So 12 into 7. I'm going to put 0.000 here because I have 3 digits here. Actually, I'm going to put 4 just in case I need it. So 12, we're going to put our decimal. 12 will go into 70 5 times. 5 times 12 is 60. Get 10, bring down the 0. 12 will go into 100 8 times. 8 times 12 is 96, and we get a 4. So right now I have a 0.58 and 0.581. If this next number is bigger than a 1, then I can stop. If it is a 1, then I have to keep going. Bring down the 0, and 12 will go into 40 3 times. And so that's as far as I need to go, because 0.583 is bigger than 0.581, so I can say greater than. I'll do one more of these. Let's say we have 1 over 9 and 0.112. Alright, so I need to divide 9 into 1. I'm going to put 3 zeros. Actually, I'll put the 4 in case I need them. Putting my decimal here. 9 will go into 10 one time. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 remainder. Bring down the 0. Goes in 1, 9, 1. And I get 0.111, which is smaller than 0.112, so less than. And that is it for 5.3. Basically, we're just doing what we had done before, comparing fractions and decimals, sometimes adding them together. You may subtract some of them, but it'll be the same way as the adding.